Welcome to this episode of Locked In. In this episode, I'm going to be breaking down the individual weights for all the different setups on my Monster Gravel Budget Mullet Bike Build series. So if you want to see the total weights and the different options that I'm running with, please stay tuned. And all these weights are going to be including my pedals on there as well. So this is what I call functional weight. So the cages are on there, the pedals are on there. I don't have my Garmin mount or my multi-tool on the bike, but essentially it's ready to ride. So let's get into the first setup. My lightest weight setup on this bike is surprisingly my 650B setup. That is going to be my ultralight Industry 9 wheel set with a 2.2 650B tire on front and rear, and with my rigid stem and carbon seat post that actually came stock with my bike, and my S-Works saddle. The total weight came in at 18.85 pounds on my scale. So keep in mind, all these weights I'm going to be mentioning are all on my personal luggage scale. And remember that all these setups are going to be using the same handlebar setup. So the only thing that's going to be changing on every setup I'm going to be showing you is the stem and the seat post and the saddle option. Now we're going to be changing out the rear seat to my 3T diff lock seat post. This one has the elastomer piece built into it and the diff lock so it never can slip. With my Specialized Pro saddle, that is the carbon shell with the titanium rails, and that total weight is 19.09 pounds. So a very small minimal add in weight, but again, that elastomer piece and that rear seat should be more comfortable over a semi-rough or gravel terrain compared to the fully rigid carbon post that came stock with this bike. Then we're taking it one step further as far as comfort, and we're going to be adding the Redshift stem onto this and leaving the 3T seat post. So the only thing that's going to be changing is the stem, and that total weight is 19.44 pounds. So again, a small minimal increase, but adding again that front end comfort that the Redshift stem offers. And lastly, my full squish, full comfort, full Cadillac mode for this bike is going to be adding the Redshift seat post. And this is going to have my heaviest saddle on there, which is the Specialized Power Comp. And adding all that together, I'm going to be sitting at 20.24 pounds. So that is going to be my heaviest setup, but my most comfortable. If you sit there and do the math, the difference between basically my fully lightweight and rigid setup to my full Cadillac Squishy Boy mode is 1.39 pounds, so a little under a pound and a half. So keeping in mind the S-Works saddle versus the Comp saddle, I believe is around 80 to 100 grams heavier. So if you factor that weight out, you're essentially sitting at 1.1 to 1.25 pounds increase to go full Cadillac Squishy Boy mode compared to the lightest option that I currently have for this bike. So that's not a huge weight gain for the comfort that you add doing this option, but obviously if you're using this as a multi-purpose bike or the terrain's not going to be that difficult and you want to save the weight, you can easily swap those parts out and save about a pound. And now lastly, my 700C wheel set in the full rigid mode, so you can compare basically the weight add-on is going to be the same depending on what setup I'm going to be running. The total weight for the 700C wheel set is 19.93 pounds. So you can see it's a tad bit over a pound more than my 650 setup. So this is going to be more real world weight. These wheels are probably about 150 grams heavier than I expected them to be. So that's where the weight increase is going to be, as well as the tires are slightly heavier, rotors are slightly heavier, but I am using the same cassette. So it's official. We've hit sub 19 pounds in my lightest weight setup with pedals and cages included. So if you do the rough math, I should be sitting right at 18 flat, I'm assuming, without pedals and cages on the bike, which is insane, especially since we didn't go carbon bar. And we're using Apex components and just a few subtle mods. So I'm really excited and really happy with this overall weight that we've hit on this bike and the different setups that I'm still sub 20 pounds with the full Redshift on my 650s. Not gonna lie, this weight for my 700s is gonna make me wanna look for a new wheel build. So guys, make your suggestions for something in the high 1300s to low 1400 gram wheels, or a custom set that you've built yourself that hopefully won't break the bank for me, because I'm definitely going to be interested in lowering that weight with the 700Cs because I want to try riding those more in this coming year. So thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can see all my weekly cycling content. I will be producing an independent review comparing all three of these setups as far as fully rigid, mid squish, full squish for you guys later down the line, and make sure that you don't miss that video as well. And if you're interested in purchasing a Cobalt Warhawk frame set that I'm using for this build series, click the link below and use my coupon code to get 25% off. And thanks for watching another episode of Locked In. Let's get locked in.